having been a dancer for many years and being in many different environments, and having made a lot of transitions myself into different organizations, as a kid, I came and I had to learn a language. I live with a family. You have to sort of insert yourself in a different culture. That itself, it's a big lesson that has to keep you open-minded. And through the journey of learning and becoming part of that American fabric, you learn a lot. You learn a lot about politics. You learn a lot about visas. You learn a lot about immigration. You learn a lot about yourself. And the same thing when I went from San Francisco to New York City Ballet, completely different environment. I came in the top. You have to integrate in a new team, thrive in the new team. The same thing when I joined School of America. Those transitions into new teams and being from the outside gave me skills, not only to swim, but to thrive in new environments. I think that's really valuable for me right now, because I feel like I have. And then, when you're a dancer, you have to make it work. If you're in pain and you have to go on stage, you gotta make it work. You have to make believe. You have to, the audience in front of you have paid $250, and they don't need to know that you took 2 Advil to get through the show. You know what I mean? Or that you need 2 Advil to get through the show. You gotta get it done, and you gotta keep the standard high. So you learn a lot from those experiences, and having a long career takes a lot of skills, of survival, of determination, of injuries, so those skills you can really use, because you develop stamina. Stamina is important in these positions, I think. But I think that there is one thing that I think that also, when you deal with dancers are very dramatic, and they all have different personalities. Your ballerinas, there's gonna be ballerinas that you just don't even need to say a word. The way they breathe, you breathe the same. You listen to the music the same way, and somehow there's a chemistry that is unspoken. But there's other ballerinas where you have to work at it, and you have to negotiate, and you have to communicate, and you have to. Those are skills that I find very useful right now. But I think that as a dancer, you also worry about yourself. It's like, you wake up in the morning and you worry about what you need to eat for you to do, to have enough energy. You worry about you. It's a much more, experience center about you, right? Even if you're around others, it's about you. When you're leading an organization, it's not about you. It's really about, you're the glue of all the departments. You are someone that has to inspire the dancers, that has to inspire your artistic team. You're there to make everybody shine in some ways, and to make the dancers shine. So I think understanding that part of it, willing to step back as you put your ego in a self, and not that you don't have to have an ego in character. You need it to be in this position, but I think that you have to be willing to not be the dancer, right? You can still be the artist you can be, but it's a different chair. And so I find that that's important to acknowledge when you're in these type of jobs.